Having never stepped foot on the stage before to do stand-up comedy ever in my entire life, in true ADHD fashion, I decided to book my first ever show at a huge venue of 1,642 seats. And unbelievably, did not expect it at all. Unbelievably, it sold out. So for months, I have been building up to this moment of performing my first ever stand-up comedy show that I've been working really hard on at home. So how did that go? Well, let's do a little story time. Sorry, I'm just hiding away in the bathroom because there's a lot of noise going on out there. Mace is in a meeting and I forgot my ring lights in the car, so I'm going to do this in the bathroom. With me cup of tea, just got back from the school run. Since I was a child, I've always wanted to be a comedian, or a comedy actress more so. And I was obsessed with watching Lee Evans. I was obsessed. I would watch his DVD over and over again, and I used to write comedy scripts. And for my birthday when I was about 10 years old, I saved up my money and I asked my dad to take me to Curry's and get a camcorder, little old school camera, where I would film and make videos all the time and comedy sketches. For years, I even, when I joined social media, I can remember posting comedy style videos back then before anybody was doing anything like that. And I could remember like making people laugh on there, and then you'd get the other people like, gosh, what's she doing? Like, woohoo, you know, it was kind of unheard of back in the day. And then like, it became more of a common thing, I guess. But it's always been in me. I've always enjoyed making people laugh, entertaining people, and it's been like a true passion of mine. My videos started going viral around a year and a half ago now, is it? Just over a year ago. And so since then I've been classed as a content creator. I've gained a following and I've loved every minute of it. It's been amazing. But a lot of people were commenting saying, you know, you should do a live show, would absolutely come and see you. And I was like, do you know what? I remember saying to, this is why manifestation is just, oh, I love it. Because I was saying to Mace before I built a following, before any of this, I said to him, I might try my hand at stand-up comedy, but in order to do that, I need to gain a following, I need a big audience, I want to get myself out there, so I'm going to build up my social media, I'm going to do that. I sort of said out loud everything that I needed and wanted to do. And I just started plugging away at it, and then everything that I wanted or said that I would like to do just started happening. It's been unbelievable, the journey. Started building my following, and then people started saying, you know, you should do a show. I was like, right, here we go then. So I've spent the last year in my notes on my phone just writing all my ideas, and then I started sharpening it all up, and I was like, right, yeah, you know, getting it prepared for a stand-up style show, even though I've never done it before. And then I took it upon myself to find a venue locally to me, which was Bath Forum. Huge venue, 1,642 people, and I remember telling my manager, I remember telling my friends and family, and they were like, you sure you want to do that for your first ever? I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Something in me was like, just do it. Like, obviously the standard would be to do gig around, and, you know, build up the experience, I guess, and work on your stage presence and just all these things. Something in me was like, no, I can do this. I think it might be my ADHD brain. It kind of makes you a bit delusional sometimes, but I think it's brilliant. It's like a superpower, because it just takes you out of all the fear and the what ifs, and it just, you know, just go for it. All along, something in me was going, no, I'm going to do this. So I booked the Forum, despite people telling me I wouldn't sell tickets, I would fail, nobody's going to come, the only people that watch me are men. Absolutely not true, by the way. These are just some things that I've had said to me. And I can see on my analytics on all of my platforms that it's 97% female viewers. Still went for it. If anything, it made me want to do it even more. To prove myself and to prove certain people wrong, I guess, even though they were irrelevant, whatever. So I sold out quite quickly, I think a couple of days, and that was it. There was only a handful of seats left dotted around, and it was an absolute shock. It was the best feeling ever. But then obviously I had this, right, okay, so I've got to do this now. So I've tried my best to work as hard as I could on it, but I've got 3 young children. I had a lot going on in our life personally, and illnesses and things, and it's been hard, but I've tried my best to prepare for this show. Anyway, Saturday came round a couple of days ago now. What are we, Wednesday today? Unbelievable. I can't even put into words. It feels like it was a dream. It feels like the whole thing was a dream, because the next day I got up and had to do the housework and I was like, what was that? Did that even happen? And there's so many things that happen that night. It was just for example, walking out onto that stage and everybody standing and cheering, hearing everybody's laughter and the support. Can I just say, anybody who came to the show on Saturday, I cannot thank you enough. You, honestly, the support and the love that I received from that audience was just unbelievable. I couldn't have wished for a better audience, so thank you so much. Also planned on acknowledging the people everyone that came, and I mentioned about the locals and things from Bristol and Bath that came, and I wanted to acknowledge the people that travelled really far, but it kind of it disappeared out of my brain, and mind blanks, things like that, and I just completely missed that part. So I just want to say to anybody who travelled, I know that people travelled from Scotland, I know people travelled who got flights, who flew to come see me, who paid a lot of money also to stay for the weekend in Bath, and just unbelievable. So thank you so much. I'm sorry I didn't say that on the night, and I wish that's one thing that's bearing on my mind, where I was like, I can't believe I didn't acknowledge those people, because I am so grateful for you all doing that, so thank you so much. As for the show, I mean, naturally you self-doubt, I think. You kind of worry that you're doing shit, you worry that it is not good enough, you worry, oh my god, what am I doing, you know, that kind of panic. But I've watched the videos, I had it filmed, and I've watched things back now, and the audience roaring with laughter, crying, seeing people with tears, and hearing it all has made me just like, oh god, it's making me emotional. Yeah, just like my dream came true, let's just say that. And I feel like, well, I did my best, and I've had nothing but positive response. And amazing feedback, so again, thank you all so much. Do I want to do it again? That was the question that was kind of bearing, was how am I going to feel after doing it? Am I going to come off and be like, I hated that? Or am I going to come off and be like, oh, that was the best thing ever? I came off saying, get me back out there again, I want to do it again tomorrow. The best thing ever. I loved I just loved it, and I can't wait to do it again. So I've got a second show booked at Bath Forum in April, 25th of April still. I think we're sold half capacity almost. So there's plenty of tickets left for that one. And the standing ovation at the end, everyone stood cheering and clapping, was just unbelievable. Unbelievable experience. And also afterwards, apparently there was, somebody said about there being like 1,000 people basically waiting outside to see me at the stage door after, and it was heaving and it was manic, and then the security team wouldn't let me go out, just for safety purposes obviously, which was fine and understandable. They were like, you know, it's our job to keep you safe, and everyone's wild out there right now. So we had to hold off, and eventually I did come out. I think people decided to leave at that point, perhaps thought that I wasn't coming out. But thank you again to all those that did want to come and see me after. I'm sorry if I didn't get a chance to meet you, because I did want to sort of meet as many people as possible, but it was manic. I managed to meet a lot of people and get selfies and things after, and that was again incredible. Like people shouting my name, love you, and wanting pictures, like me, like. And my family and I were just like, what on earth is going on? They see the comments and the things online, but to witness it and experience it in real life is just, I'm gonna cry. My what are they called, contact lenses, they'll be popping out soon. Tea's getting cold. A lot of questions I've had are, did you film it and are you gonna put it anywhere? I did have it filmed, but I'm not going to put it anywhere at the moment, because I want to go on tour, I want to take it on the road, and it obviously wouldn't be fair to kind of just put it out there on the internet just yet. So I will do, but once I've completed my live shows, I will then make it available to watch online. That's to come in the future. I do want to do the tour. We are going to book a tour. It just, these things take time, you know, it has to be right. We have to find the right locations, the right venues, the right capacities, everything has to work, and obviously I'm a mum, I've got young children, I breastfeed exclusively my youngest, and you know, it's not like I can go and do a load of small gigs every night or just every single week, you know. So we're going to try and make it work practically. So that takes a bit more time is what I'm trying to say. So I'm desperate to travel around and see you all across the UK, Ireland, Scotland, Wales as well, and hopefully US and Australia. A lot of people are asking about that, can't believe that, but yeah. I'll have to get my passport. Oh no, that ran out years ago, and you have to get it renewed. I just want to say thank you all so much. I will post a few little clips of the show, not so much that it will ruin any of it for anybody who's going to buy tickets and come along. Just a couple of little things here and there perhaps. Thank you all so much for coming. Love you all so much. Appreciate everyone, just everyone and everything, honestly. You've made my dreams come true, and I can't wait to do more. Thank you so much. Love you, bye.